up, everybody? How's it going? I hope you guys are doing all right. You guys are spamming the refresh button. That's so funny. We are live. We are live and ready to go. I didn't put the second camera in today. I just realized that now. But you know, it is what it is. You can't do everything correct in life. You wouldn't be the greatest if you did everything correct in life. What's up, everybody? Welcome. We're about to start the show. Get comfortable. Get beautiful. Because we have a great time. First of all, Ramadan Kareem, happy Ramadan to everybody who's celebrating, all my brothers and sisters. We'll do a proper one in just a bit. Get situated, everybody. Let me jump on the Instagrams right now, just so that everybody there, so I can tell everybody to leave Instagram. I love doing this. It's like my pastime now. If you're watching this not live, you see that pinned comment thing right there. See pinned comment below to skip to, etc. That's what you want to go to. Hello, everybody on Instagram. I want you to leave Instagram. There you go. I feel so rude when I do this. Like, hey, everyone, get the hell out of here. Leave Instagram. Go to Nimmer Comedy on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. This is just a notification. Yes, sir. We are live already. Boom. Everybody on Instagram, be sure to join us. Today we are going to be with special guest Sammy Obeid. And if you guys want to, or Sammy Obeid is basically the way I should be saying it. If you guys want to hear the guitar, the deliciousness, you have to get off of Instagram and head on to all the other platforms, because Instagram just doesn't, it's just not where it's at. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you can't hear this. You're hearing plucking of guitar strings. You're missing out. But here, Keanu Reeves, Raul Abihanna, Rami T, Ashley Cohen, everybody is here. And they can hear the beautiful guitar. So without further ado, as we do every episode, you've heard this song before because it's the theme song for the podcast, but you've never heard it like this because we didn't have the audio this delicious before, but now we do. Now we do. Now we do. Now we do. Yes. Let's put this in full screen mode so that I can enjoy. I don't have the guitar cam today. I forgot to put it on, but that's okay. You guys don't mind. There we go. I gotta restart Logic. What are you doing, Logic Pro? What are you doing to me? What are you doing? You cut out. You can't do that. We got people watching from all over the world. Thousands of millions of hundreds of billions of people are watching from all over the world. 68,220,000,000. The fuck's up with... I know what's going on. Nima, you ain't too smart, are you? There we go. We got to make sure that everything is delicious and Welcome, everybody. We got Jason Steve from Australia. It's insane, man. Today is the last episode, by the way, where we do Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday. Next week, it's a new schedule. We're going to talk about that really quick. Eid Mubarak to everybody once again. Welcome to the show. I screwed it up. Here we go. Oh, I screwed it up again. Here we go. Oh. If you want to call the show, we're not taking calls yet, but that's the number. Add me, send your name and where you live right there so we can get you on the show. Twitch is not working? Really? Let's check out on Twitch before we start the show. Make sure that you guys are happy, because we can't have that. We love the Twitch people. We love them. They mean everything to us. All right, let's take a look here. Come on, Twitch. You can do it. Twitch isn't working. Twitch is straight up. Twitch is like, ain't no bueno. So we're going to restart Twitch right now for all of you guys. Let's see if Twitch is working now. And restarted Twitch. We pray for Twitch. We hope that it works. There we go. How's it going, Twitch? You guys seen this? Or is Twitch still not working? Twitch seems to be down, server-wise. Not from my end, though, because we're broadcasting to Twitch. But it looks like Twitch is having some technical difficulties, so for the first time, we're going to have to tell our Twitch followers to head off of Twitch and join some of the other platforms, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. Yeah. Nimmer, there is a sound of a recorded guitar. Yes, I know, Peter. That's the guitar that is in the show. It's on the thing. The number didn't show up on my WhatsApp. Are you putting +1? Because you got to put +1 on the thing. You know what I'm saying? Are you putting +1? If you don't put +1, it's not going to show up. You know what I'm saying? You guys ready to start the show? Because I'm ready. All right, let's start. And everybody on Twitch, by the way, I'm really sorry. I don't know if they can even hear me. But if you're on Twitch, get off Twitch, go to Facebook or YouTube. It says the video download was canceled, which makes no sense. But it looks like Twitch's servers are down. Twitch servers are down. Sorry, guys. Let me write that down for them. Are down. Head to YouTube or Facebook. We have been betrayed by the Twitch gods. All right, people, let's start the show. Twitch has coronavirus is pretty much exactly what's going on right now. So, first of all, before we begin, I want to wish everybody who is celebrating, really everybody, because it's a holiday for everyone to enjoy, Eid Mubarak. I hope this Ramadan, holy month of Ramadan, was a beautiful month for all of you. I really do hope that you guys, you know, wherever you were able to enjoy your family and enjoy being with them, and that it went really well this month. I know a lot of people, this was probably one of the most difficult months universally for everybody, especially for people in Lebanon and a few other countries. So I really hope that it went pretty okay for all of you guys as much as possible. And remember, like our parents always said, when they refused to give us any thing that we asked for, they would say what's important is your health. So, you know, at these things, that's what we say. So happy Eid Mubarak to everybody. And hoping that you guys have a good time from here on out. Joining us today on the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got a great episode today. We're going to be live with half of us in Canada are not celebrating yet. It's fine. I mean, if you're not celebrating at the moment, I'm still going to say Eid Mubarak because this is when we're broadcasting. So if I don't say it now, I'm not going to be able to say it. So that's all I can do. That's what we got to do. All right, people. So today we got a special guest, Sammy Obeid, okay? And Sammy is a very good friend of mine. He's a stand-up comic, very funny stand-up comedian. Ryan, I know Twitch is broken. Everybody tell him on Twitch to head over here. That's why we said get off Twitch. So yeah, everybody, Sammy Obeid is a really cool guy. And he's one of the funniest stand-up comics, if not arguably the smartest stand-up comic. And you'll understand exactly what I mean about that when we're interviewing him. But myself and many other comedians in the business, whenever Sammy's on stage, he pisses us off because he does some of the most brilliant, like word-crafted jokes ever, and they land like they land like a nuclear bomb. He brings the house down every single time, and he has jokes with like mathematics in them. So we can't even compete with that level of excellence. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to be joining us today. Also, our Discord server is popping, so I made a thing. You see? I press it. You see that? Technology, my friends. It's all here. Yes, sirree, Bob. Now, if you guys are really enjoying the community that we got going on over here, and I know a lot of you are, Discord. Join us on Discord. Some people are like, Nimmer, why don't you make a WhatsApp group? Because the WhatsApp group, if we have a lot of people in it, it's going to become spammy. Discord is a really, really cool kind of thing that I don't know if a lot of you guys know about it or not. But it's basically an amazing place to build a community. So WhatsApp is a great way for me and you guys to connect. Discord is a great way to really build a community because we have different servers on our server, different chat rooms, on our server based on topic. If you go into our Discord server, the Nimmer Comedy Discord server, and all you have to do is type discord.io/Nimmer Comedy to join. If you go to the Discord server, you'll see that we have a chat room called Nimmer Comedy. That's where we discuss everything related to the show. And then we have another a room called Off Topic for everything off topic. One called Memes, Not Safe for Work. We got a bunch of stuff looking for somebody to play a game with. If you want to play an online game and you're looking for somebody to join you, there's a room for that as well. It's really, really cool. So if you guys want to join our Discord server, jump aboard. Carla Nuckhead right there in the comment section saying Discord is amazing. She recently joined. Yaz, Discord allows more privacy than WhatsApp. I mean, I guess. Yeah, if you're going to do a group, of course. You don't have to give your name out. And if I were to do a WhatsApp group, everybody's going to have everyone's number. We don't want that. You don't want some creepy guy sliding into your DMs, ladies. So this takes care of all of that. Yaman Sharaf the Bach joined as well. It's a lot of fun. So join the Discord server. There it is, discord.io/Nimmer Comedy. And of course, send me your name and city on WhatsApp to get notifications when we go live, to be able to talk to me directly and cut through all the different social media platforms and all that good stuff. Everybody here on Instagram, get off Instagram, see the top pinned comment, and head over to Facebook or Twitch or YouTube for the good times. So I'm very happy to be here with you guys. Write it in capitals so Nimmer can notice it. What am I supposed to notice? There's something I'm supposed to notice. At Zucka. He's always making trouble. Let's see what Zucka wants. Anybody here? I see it, bro. Zucka. Bro, I Googled the error code. It says it's related to bitrate. Yeah, no, we're not above 6,000. So don't worry, I already saw that. But thank you. I appreciate you trying. But the server is down right now, and there ain't much I can do about that. I can try restarting it right now because it just popped up a notification saying online. But we didn't change any settings on the stream. So it is what it is, my friends. We're streaming at 1080p. Okay, everybody. Let's start the show. As you know, for those of you who might be joining us for the first time, before we bring on our special guest, which will be in 15 minutes from now, I do a little moment where I talk about something every single episode. That's why we have that YouTube thing right here with the time code. By the way, Twitch is now working. Just got a notification, so you can all jump on Twitch and enjoy the show. Fantastic. Okay, so if you take a look here at the pinned comment, where is it? Right there. There we go. Right there. If you're watching this episode after it aired, so you're not with us live and you're on YouTube, then that's where you want to go. You look at the pinned comment in the comment section, and over there you will find the time code for every point in the show. This is me just welcoming you guys. Monologue's about to begin. I'll turn that off. And then right after that, we got the interview with the guest, and then we take your phone calls. So for those who haven't been here before, we ask the community a question, and then I take your calls live on the air, and you answer. And whether it's gems where people call us and tell us that they believe that swapping saliva was how you knew if you liked somebody or not, or people who don't even know who Elon Musk is. It's always been a grand old time here when we take phone calls. So that's coming up today on the show throughout. Stacy is asking, what is Discord? So let's talk about what I wanted to talk about today, because it has to do with all of that. I want to talk about community, because I love community, all right? I love the concept of it, and I love the wholesomeness of it. Discord is a beautiful way to aid the building of a community. Think like ancient chat rooms like MIRC or something, if anybody was around during that time. Talk about showing my age right there. But basically, Discord is kind of like it's organized into servers. So let's say we have a Nimmer comedy server. You'll find servers for other people that you probably love and watch on YouTube. The Nimmer comedy server is one server where everybody who belongs to this server, by joining it through that link over there, right there, what they basically get is a community of people that are generated from our shenanigans together. So from the Nimmer comedy world. All of you guys here on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook in one place. So when I'm not live streaming, if you guys want to chat, that's where you do it. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to organize things on your own, that's where you do it. If you can send a request to the mods and be like, hey, why don't you set up a chat room dedicated to this or that topic? That's where you do it. And then the different chat rooms allow you to discuss different stuff, connect it however you want to, and it's really, really cool. Of course, I'm on the Discord server every day as well, so we can talk as well. So I'm splitting my time between WhatsApp and Discord, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. Community is very important. It really is. Because you want to have a group of people. Somebody asked me on the WhatsApp today, they said, how do you deal with loneliness? And that was a great question, and it got me thinking that maybe I should talk about this. I don't know if you guys are aware. I've been, for a lot of my life, very, very lonely. I suffer from loneliness dramatically, and a lot of comedians are very, very lonely. And I'm very good with it, though. Oh no, no. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I think it was oh no, a potato, oh no. But then I just made it into some kind of oh no, potato, oh no, no. It became like a tribal thing. Okay. Some people are surprised when they hear that I've been lonely in my life. And it's very funny that they would think that it would be surprising. I am somewhat well known. I do shows. A lot of people show up at the shows, but I want to try to put you in perspective just so you know that I'm not talking to you like some disconnected, very popular dude who's like, let me tell you how to deal with loneliness. For loneliness, all you've got to do is smile. No, there's I actually suffer from this, and I feel a lot about it. And this is why I love community and building a wholesome community. I travel a lot. Well, not now with the coronavirus, but I traveled a lot all the time for my shows. And here's how I sympathize with artists who get into drug addiction or into bad habits, and why I kind of understand what they're going through, because they don't have good support groups. I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate. I don't suffer from those bad side effects. Imagine you do a show for a lot of people, right? I'll give you an example. The first time I ever did a very large show in Lebanon in my life was a show called Victoria's Secret. Not the underwear. Victorious as in victory. Every victory has a secret. Victoria's Secret. There's a funny story. When I did that show, I was asked on a local TV station in Lebanon, LBC, and they're notorious in Lebanon for being the worst on TV in terms of preparing for interviews. And she asked me, she goes, why did you call it Victoria's Secret? Are you sponsored by Victoria? She didn't even know that the name of Victoria's Secret was it was a play on words. Instead of Victoria's Secret, that was a joke. So she was like, and why is it called Victoria's Secret? Are you sponsored by them? I was like, no, it's just, ever since my relationship with Gisele Bündchen and, that whole debacle with Seal. And she was like, what? I was like, because I was dating Gisele Bündchen. She's like, you were dating Gisele Bündchen? I was like, yes, of course. She's, Victoria's Secret model. And then Seal came into the picture and he had a scar on his face. You can't really compete with a guy on a scar on his face because it's sexy. So, all I had was this. I'm a bit overweight. I'm not taking care of myself. And she was like, I didn't know you were going out with Gisele Bündchen. I was like, no, of course. That's why I called it Victoria's Secret. The show is dedicated to my relationship with Gisele Bündchen. And then people started calling in on the show. And this is why I love people like you watching right now, my fans. They call in I hate the word fans, but I'm just using it as a point of reference. They called in and they were they were like, Nimmer, tell her when you and Seal fought in the mountains in Faraya, which is like a ski resort in Lebanon. I'm like, oh yeah, I almost forgot. So I was skiing down the mountains and then Seal just cut in and he was like, when I'm rose and I slammed into him on my skis and then we started fighting and she was like watching all of it. She was there. She was like, oh my God, these stories are amazing. And I kept singing Kiss from a Rose all the time, the entire time. Like people would call in, they'd be like, tell them about the time when you and Seal, I was shocked she didn't know it was a joke. People kept calling in and be like, tell her about the time when you and Seal fought on the mountains here. Tell them about the time when you fought over there. And I was like, oh yeah, of course. So me and Seal are standing there and I'm looking at him. He's looking at me and then he starts singing. He's like, and a kiss from a rose. And so I punched him across and I was just holding back tears of laughter. And then at the very end of the episode, I was like, I just want to let you know that everything you heard today in the show is a complete lie, except for the fact that my show is on May something, and you can get tickets from here, there, or whatever. And she's like, what? I was like, yeah. She's like, why didn't you say so? I'm like, because the name of the show is Victoria's Secret, not Victoria's. See, anyways, we sold out the show. 3,000 people, okay? It was fucking great. And Rudy Ayub is here. What's up, Rudy? How's it going, man? Welcome. If you guys didn't catch the episode, go and see it. So I had a great time doing that. And it was 3,000 people. It was my first massive show. And I get to stage. And here's something you guys got to know. Like, you're on stage. Everybody there showed up for you. Like, they got babysitters. They planned this. They bought their tickets in advance. Not really in advance because Lebanese people buy them last second. But I mean, in general, now that people buy tickets to my show in advance. But at the time, I mean, they planned for this, right? They were excited for this thing. It was dope. You get there. People are cheering like it's a great thing. I do the show. It was awesome. Some people in the comment sections were right there. You only sold out because of Joe Shalita, straight up. And everybody was like really, it was a great show. Everybody was super excited. I'm very proud of that show. I filmed it. I'm going to be releasing it soon. Twitch is giving a maximum resolution of 720p. Sorry about that. Something's wrong with Twitch today. Enjoy it at 720p. Anyways, so I finished the show. I take pictures. Everybody's been to my show knows after the show, I hang out, take pictures with everybody and chill, right? And it was probably, I think, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Khalil's Mansaf, thanks for the follow. And I go home. And here's what I want to tell you guys. I went from being here, people cheering for me, laughing at my jokes. They're all there to see me, to within about 2 hours after that finished, I was at home, sitting alone with a can of tuna, a fork, and my boxer shorts on a couch, just eating, just alone, because it was done. And from that high to that low, and it was tuna because I was so busy with the show, nobody had cooked for me, I wasn't living with my parents, I didn't have any food, all the restaurants were closed, so it was from that high to that low in no time. And when people talk about loneliness, I don't think you understand that amplifies, when you're surrounded by more people, it only amplifies how lonely you are when you're not surrounded by people. And it got even worse with my career going like spiraling out of control in a good way. A lot of you know this, I travel so much when I'm traveling. So I'd be going from city to city to city, sometimes doing in 7 days, traveling to 8 or 9 different places. And it got to the point where I'd wake up in hotel rooms and not know where I am, right? And I know this sounds very privileged, and it is. And I'm very fortunate. I'm very lucky. I'm not nagging. I'm just saying it becomes very lonely when you're living that lifestyle. So, and another thing, as a comedian, the way I think, the way my brain is wired isn't the same as most people. So it's hard to relate. Like, I want to make a joke about something, somebody might find it inappropriate, or I might be thinking this way, somebody might find. So that's why I love being on stage, because people are literally there to see me be me. So it's like, okay, you guys are here for this. But in other times, I don't know who wants me as me, or they want a different version. So the loneliness gets amplified. And that's why I sympathize with comedians who suffer like depression or even commit suicide or stuff like that, or even rock stars, if you wonder why they do drugs, because they have that high. You know, women are throwing their shirts off. People are going crazy. It's insane. Oh my God. And then they're home alone by themselves. Or even worse, they're home full of people who are leeching off of them like parasites, and they don't give a shit about them. And these people are just sitting there and they look around. They're like, nobody here actually loves me. Like nobody in this room right here is here because of me. So it makes them feel very lonely. They start doing drugs. They start chasing that high that they had before. So today somebody asked me, Nimir, how do you deal with loneliness? And I just want you guys to know that I live with loneliness a lot in my life. And I told him very simply, video games, books, and video games have been my companion. I have books with me. It's a world you can be a part of. Video games, it's a world you can be a part of. And then I seek good support structures. I have just a few very close friends that I call family, and some of my family is my very close friends. And, through WhatsApp and video calls and that, if I was single, no girl, but when I'm not single right now, I'm so lucky. My girlfriend is the best in the world. She obviously is somebody I'm talking to a lot. But if you don't have that in your life, books and video games are a beautiful starting point for you to not be alone. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people shit on video games, and it shocks me that they do that. If you love reading, there's no reason why you're not playing video games. It's not childish. You're an idiot if you think it is. If you love reading, video games is another way to tell stories. It's a whole narrative. Anybody who's played Dark Souls games understood that game's specific appeal wasn't just the world and the mechanics of the game, but that it revolutionized storytelling. It forced a community to be built so that you, the individual, could understand the story. You, the individual, had to become part of a community to be able to understand what the fuck was going on. The game was just the right amount of vague with just the right amount of clues to ensure that people would build a community around trying to uncover the mystery behind it. And video games, and I prefer single player video games because the narrative and the story and the characters, and you can live through these characters like through role-playing games and other ones. Or if you're into online games, well, then you can hang out with people and play online. So we live in a digital era. Embrace it and further and expand yourself, and you'll find that loneliness doesn't have to be something you suffer alone. You can be lonely with other people, and then guess what? You all ain't lonely anymore. So on our Discord server, that's a great place to join. If you want to get into video games, you want some tips, you want to join us next week when we start our new program. We got gaming nights. I mean, I'm doing this 3 times a week. Next week, the podcast becomes 1 day a week, but we're going to be doing multiple other streams. So hopefully that, for anybody who's out there and who's lonely and is looking for community, that helps. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm on WhatsApp. You can always talk to me on WhatsApp. I'm here. I'm your friend. Just add the number and talk to me. And join the Discord server. There is no reason for you to be lonely anymore. You can do all of these things. Give them a shot. Give them a try. But the most important thing is that you understand we're building a community here. Everybody, it's not about being with people physically that makes you lonely or not lonely. That's what I'm trying to say. When I'm doing shows for tens of thousands of people and I'm still lonely, you need to understand the number of people, physical contact has nothing to do with that. Being lonely is the plane of existence that you live on. If you exist on a plane of thought that nobody else shares, you could be in a room of 1 million people, you're still going to be lonely. Do you get what I'm saying? A lot of people in the Lebanese Revolution felt validated for the first time because when they went to the streets, they found so many people that had the same thoughts as they did. They felt lonely before with their frustration for the country. Then they found out the majority of the country thought like they did. So it awakened a whole new spirit in all of them. And so the government retaliated by trying to strip that community away because the strength of community is unparalleled. So if you guys want to be lonely, some people want to be alone. That's dope. Go for it. You got to learn to live with yourself before you can live with somebody else. You must not be that kind of person that's like, I need to be with people to be happy, because then you're fucked. You got to be somebody who can be with yourself and happy. And judge me if you want, but I can't tell you how many times I'll be taking a shower or just hanging out, and then I start laughing because I think of something funny, and I'm like, I'm a fucking genius. I entertain myself. I have a good time with myself. And there's no shame in that. Going to the movies alone when we can do that again. If you haven't tried it, try it. That shit's amazing. Going to a concert on your own. You learn about yourself, man. There's no more interesting person in your life than you. A lot of you are here because you find me interesting, but you guys are actually much more interesting than me. To you, you really are, because you represent all the potential of what you can do. I represent all the potential of what I can do. And you can relate to me as much as you want there, but you represent all the potential of what you can do. That's fucking awesome, man. You're a human being. You got emotions, you got limbs, you got thoughts, you got motivations, you got all of these different potential story arcs, mechanics that can unlock story arcs for you. Go and get them, man. Go after it. Somebody else wrote me on WhatsApp and said, I'm devastated because my fiance left me. And we've been dating, for several years, and now this is all over. What do I do? I feel like I should run after them. I don't want to reveal the sex of the person talking to me right now. I feel like I want to run after them, and I don't know what to do. And I said, did you cheat? Did you do anything to warrant this? And the person said, no, it just happened. I said, if that's the case, I don't know the details, but if that's the case, get a trash bag. Because this is what I've done every time I've broken up in a relationship. Get a giant trash bag, walk around your house and put everything that you guys had together, pictures, gifts, whatever it is, in that trash bag. Piggy bank with money in it, you throw the money in the trash bag. Then you tie that trash bag of everything. You don't leave a single thing. That's the first thing you do. You rip it off like a Band-Aid. You grab that, you walk outside, you throw it in the trash. If necessary, take a car, have somebody drive you to a very far away trash can, throw that bag away. Because how can you open yourself up? How can you open your heart up to new experiences, new adventures, if it's full with shit from past relationships? You got to clear the old to make room for the new. And if you do that with your life, then everything's an opportunity. Somebody leaves you, breaks up with you, it's an opportunity to find somebody who fit you and matched you even better. It's a lie to think you're never going to do better in a relationship. You will always do better as long as you're the good person. If you're a piece of shit, well then fuck it, you deserve it. You get what I'm saying? Like if you treat somebody wrong, you deserve the pain. You should sit with the hurt. And here's the thing, as a human being, whenever you go through a negative experience, that's a beautiful opportunity for you to level up as a character. When you play a video game, this is what I love about video games. You start off super weak, and throughout the game, as you kill more and more enemies or you experience more and more things, you gain experience points, which you can then allocate and invest into certain ways of your character developing. Let's say you have 100 experience points. You can put them on skill. You can put them on intelligence. You can put them on charisma. And then that affects how you play the game. That is life. When you have a negative experience or a relationship ends, your father or your mother do you wrong, your grandparents pass away, something traumatic happens, sit down and absorb it. Don't drink, don't do drugs. That is the dumbest shit ever. These are opportunities for you to experience the most bizarre set of emotions that only crazy events can elicit. So sit down and absorb that into your body. For 3-4 days, don't eat, feel nauseous, do it. Absorb every single thing. And by the end of that period of time, when you're done absorbing it, you're going to have so many experience points. And then you're going to know where to spend them. And that is how you level up. That's the quickest way to level up in the game of life. Let me tell you, my friends, my name is Nimmer, and I'm changing the game one cartridge at a time. That's what's up. So don't ever look at any situation where you did good or where something happened to you out of your control as anything but an experience, an opportunity to gain some experience points that you can then spend to grow. And that's my message to you guys. Join the Discord server is basically what I'm saying. Let's build this community and level the fuck up because we can do incredible things together. And let me tell you, man, if it wasn't for you guys coming to my shows, I couldn't do any of this. So when it comes to leveling up and the strength of community, if you want to take one thing away from me, take the fact that having a community behind you can make you do incredible, incredible things. So join our community and let's have a fucking good time. And without further ado, let's call our guest. And the reason that I talked about this today is because our guest has done some very incredible things. And you might be wondering, Nimmer, you're a stand-up comic. You talked about loneliness. I want to ask him about this because he did something unbelievable before he got on the Conan show and blew the roof off with that performance. If you guys haven't seen Sammy Obeid on Conan O'Brien, after this episode, you must go to YouTube and put Sammy Obeid, Conan O'Brien, watch one of the best comedy sets ever. In fact, I do want to, before I bring him in on Skype, I do want to play the very beginning of this, of his set, just because it is, you'll understand.
Thanks for sharing your
Oh,
DIY haircuts.
son of a bitch. Okay. There's an What? Okay. There's an advertisement going on. So just before, where's the picture-in-picture thing? There we go. Oh, was I in the screen? Oh, I am in the screen. Okay, awesome. Geico. Okay, fantastic. Apparently, the coronavirus means insurance. Look at the beginning of this.
All right. You guys good? So I'm Sammy. A little bit about me. I'm mixed. I'm a mix. My dad's a man, mom's a woman, so half man, half woman. So you know the stereotypes. I hate asking for directions, but I get lost all the time.
And here we go.
I'm actually half Lebanese American. Thank you. Come on. Ladies, yeah, you know what they say about Lebanese guys? Nothing. Okay, all right. And then
So he crushed it, and he's half Palestinian, so check this out.
half Palestinian, so I'm in the news all the time, kind of famous. Crazy, because I'm Palestinian, my roommate is Jewish, so we're always fighting over where his room starts and mine ends. So he pays more rent, but I've been there longer.
It's a crazy set, and let me tell you, it gets so much better, even though this is absolutely fantastic. So let's call Sammy Obeid. I'm just super proud of him. We've shared a stage very many times. He absolutely destroys every time, and you guys are going to be so surprised when you hear what he did the last time we had a show, what he was doing, and my jaw dropped. That's all I'm going to say is my absolute jaw dropped when I found out. So let me call him right now, and let's bring him in on the show. Hello, Sammy Obeid. Dude, look at us, man. Look at us. We look literally like the second coming of Jesus right now. This is going to happen right here.
In this 30 minutes.
In this 30 minutes, like between you and me, you literally look like a holy figure. Like I'm looking at you right now on the screen. You look like I would follow you. I would definitely follow your advice.
Come.
And you are half Palestinian, so you definitely have the credentials.
Yes. But Lebanese, we have that too, right?
We do. The water into the joke that you have that pisses me off that I didn't think about. There are two jokes that you have, Sammy, that infuriate me as a human being and as a comedian, because I'm like, I would have made so much money. And there's no excuse why I didn't think of this joke. I had everything to come up with this joke, and then this son of a bitch. And the two jokes are the following. The first joke is the one about where you talk about Jesus turning water into wine in Lebanon.
Yes.
And you're tagged.
The premise being, this is how you know the Lebanese love to party. Yeah.
What a great joke! This is how you know that the Lebanese love to party, that Jesus turned water into wine in Lebanon. And I've done several interviews, and I say Lebanon is a party place, and people are like, really? I'm like, yo, Jesus. And then as I'm saying it, I'm like, that's Sammy's fucking joke. So I'll say it. I'll be like, as my good friend comedian Sammy Obeid. I have to say it every time.
As a prophet once said.
So there's that joke. And then the other joke, which I tell everyone is the best joke ever written about the Lebanese Palestinians. The Palestinian-Israeli situation is your joke. And do you know which joke I'm referring to?
Yeah. You've told me before you like it.
Okay, tell everyone I don't want to ruin it, but go ahead and tell everyone what that joke is. Like, explain it if you want.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that Israel-Palestine, very, very tricky situation. I mean, the Palestinians are upset with the Israelis for taking their land, so then they'll throw rocks, but they're just giving them more land. I get some hate from that one every now and then, but it's also like, dude, sometimes the Palestinians are like, oh, this is right.
It's true. It's that's the thing about the joke, is you can't hate the joke no matter where you are in the world, where you're from. That joke is so well crafted that they hate them for taking the land, so they're throwing rocks at them, effectively giving them more land.
But when I'm with the Palestinian crowd, I'm like, we have to stop throwing the rocks. We must stop giving them the land. That's how Israel gets bigger and bigger.
You reword it.
I tweak it a little bit, you know.
That's brilliant. Dude. Sammy, me and you, we've been friends for a while now. It's been a privilege for me as far as I'm concerned. We've shared a stage many times. Yeah. Every time we share a stage together, I learn how much more I have to grow. You are the only comedian who can use mathematics in his stand-up. And for everybody who's watching who may have not seen Sammy live and who may have not seen his Conan set, you'll understand the Conan set is a great preview. That's why I keep telling people to check that out, because in like 5 minutes, he does some very complex topics, very smart jokes, and that's basically Sammy's humor. Has that been something you always wanted to do? And let me preface this by saying as well, actually, yeah, let me ask that for now.
No, the answer is absolutely not. When I started comedy, there was no thought of even applying my mathematical background. Like,
because you used to be a math teacher, or you're a math major.
Math teacher, and I was a math major. So and not only that, but I was always good at math, but it was kind of a love-hate relationship, you know.
How disappointed are your parents?
My parents, I can do no wrong with them. Actually, okay. they're cool with everything that I do. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like you're adopted. Are they American? What's going on? They're supposed to hate.
I think they're just trying to be too cool and American. Like, no, it's okay. Yeah. But my grandparents, though, give me at least the real Arab feel of like, why you not doctor? Why you not? Yeah. So I get that from them at least. So I can say I lived it. But no, it was never ever an intention to be a math comedian. Or even, I didn't even think that was an option. I didn't think that I could use my background and be funny. I thought that the crowds were way too, just like nobody would be smart enough to at least, no, in a comedy setting at least, nobody would like want to think about numbers and stuff. But what I learned over time is that crowds are actually a lot smarter than one would think they are. Because when groups of people get together in a room and there's some intelligent people, you can actually play to the top of the intelligence, and people get smarter by coming together. And there's like this group intelligence.
Yeah, right. That's what I noticed watching. That's the thing that blew me away. I remember watching you performing, and you did a joke which wasn't easy to grasp, and everybody got it. I was like, it's kind of like I could sense the energy in the room was people were happy that you respected them, that you would roll the dice with material like that. Like, that's what I've taken away from watching you, is that you can level up the material because people are like, yeah, I appreciate this comic is going out on a limb in this way with me. Like, it makes them feel like you really respect them. Is that what you've sensed?
Absolutely. And I think in general, when people come to a comedy show, I mean, some people obviously try to heckle and try to be part of the show, but most people come there with a mind that's kind of like, I'll let the comedian take me on a ride. So it's up to us. We can take them wherever we want. We can take them all the way down low. We can take them up high. We can chill, up and down in the middle. And it's really up to us. So people are like, okay, I'll be smart for a minute. You give them some math. Okay, I'll do some math. You can't give them too much, though.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, you don't want to turn it into a lecture.
Yeah.
And for my next joke, calculus. Here we go.
Yeah.
You did something before you got on Conan, which was fucking insane. You did and very Arab. You did 1,001 nights of comedy.
Yeah.
You did 1,001 consecutive nights. So you didn't take a single break for 1,001 nights. Every night you had to be on a stage. How difficult? That seems impossible. How did you pull that off?
Actually, I tell people this. It was not difficult the first 2 years because all it did was I would just make sure I had a show every night. And if I couldn't find a show, I would do a few open mics, but make sure they had people. Okay. But I didn't abuse that too much. I had to book as much as I could as far as possible, which is easy to do if you're in Los Angeles or New York. The problems were when I went on the road somewhere and a show got canceled and I had to kind of force something to happen. That only happened a few times, but I was very fortunate. I was able to find something right away. But the most difficult part about it was the mental stress that I created for myself at the very end. When you see the finish line, you've done 800, 900 days, and if you miss a night, if something happens, like if your car breaks down, if you faint, everything if
you get a cold, you didn't get sick? I mean, this was years, right?
I had a couple flus. I mean, thank God this wasn't in the time of the Rona. I mean, that would have
fucked shit up for you big time.
So, I mean, pre-Rona, I'm so thankful for the pre-Rona time.
The good old days.
But I got sick a few times. Fortunately, I never was like so bad, like the fever was never horrible. But I did have like a flu sometimes, and I would go do an early show, come back, take it easy. That was my version of a night off. I would like find a show that was like at 6 p.m. I would go do a set, and I would come home and rest. And those kinds of days, you virtually felt like you were doing nothing.
Yeah.
But after time, to have to do that every single day with the pressure of finishing, and then at the end of it, as my success grew, I started doing stuff on the road. I started doing college gigs, so I was flying and driving, and that adds more variability to the problem sector.
Did you ever? I talked about this earlier in the show today. I was talking about loneliness. Did you ever suffer from loneliness because of because I felt it when you travel a lot. You're going from one place to another, and you're on your own. How did you deal with that?
Yeah. Well, I think early on I was really lucky. I've always kind of been an introvert myself. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you. You seem like you're kind of a mix, like a little bit of both.
That's the thing. I'm pretty introverted myself, but obviously like I love being on stage. I love entertaining, but I love doing it by my I love doing shows with other comics, but that time on stage is my happiest because it's just me. I don't have to be interface.
That's funny because people are always surprised when introverts like us do comedy, but if you think about it, it's being on stage is the most efficient form of extroversion.
It is.
It's like you shut up, I talk.
And if you don't shut up, security takes you out.
Exactly. You listen to me. It's not a conversation. I talk. You listen. I talk to 100 people at a time. I leave. It's very efficient. I go to sleep.
And you pay me.
And you pay me.
That's the best. I think comedy is the most absurd thing in the world. People are like, it's so hard to do what you do. I'm like, because I'm successful. It is very difficult when you suck. But once you really own that craft, when you're at your level and you can go to a place and people pay you to be you, and they give you a round of applause just for showing up, which is great. No engineer walks into his job to a fucking standing ovation and then does what he's supposed to do. They give him a paycheck and then they give him another round of applause on his way out. Like, yo.
He does what he's supposed to do. They keep cheering. Put the circuit in here. Oh, yes.
Unbelievable. And then they call their friends up. You got to see how this guy puts circuits on the fucking board. It's unbelievable. I've seen it 5 times. I'm going to go see it again. I bought us tickets.
Oh, man. That's so true.
Here's what I want to know. Something else, and people are going to be shocked. There's so many things about you that surprised me, and I think they're going to surprise a lot of our viewers. I did a show, I think it was in September when we were at the Hollywood Improv. And it was four shows, 2 on a Friday, 2 on a Saturday.
Yes.
So you show up, we're doing the show together. You crush, you absolutely destroy. And when I say destroy, like it was amazing. It was unbelievable. The energy, fucking on point, funny, everything was there. And then I don't know what happened. Like I offered you something and like, hey, you want to eat? Because there was food backstage. And you're like, no, I'm fasting. And I was like, and it wasn't Ramadan or anything, obviously. And I was like, you're fasting? And you're like, yeah, I'm only drinking water and nutrients for I don't know how many days. I don't remember what it was. You were getting on stage. This still bothers me because in addition to the fact that you have jokes that piss me off that I didn't think of them, you also get on stage with no nutritional, like nothing, no food, nothing, and you crushed it. And I was struggling, like I was a bit tired. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? Who is, which further reinforces the idea that you are like Jesus because you can do all this shit. Explain to everybody what exactly you were doing then. And if you still do it.
Last year in 2019, I started experimenting with fasting. I'm not Muslim, so I've never actually fully celebrated Ramadan. I've fasted in solidarity with some Muslim friends.
Obviously, as we all have.
High school, college, I experimented with intermittent fasting, like anybody who's into health usually tries at some point in their life. But then as it became a trend and all my friends are doing it, I'm hearing, and you hear people constantly barking the science, and that's not enough to convince me. I have to try something for myself. So I experimented with intermittent fasting early last year and really like noticed all sorts of great changes.
Yeah.
Like skin complexion cleared up, my hunger. The main thing was my hunger. I just don't like feeling like I need to eat when I'm not hungry just because it's lunchtime or something like that. And that's how society will often like condition us to do. And I just don't like that. So it helped like reset my hunger and help like bring my appetite back, be able to eat things that I was not able to eat previously because of like, oh, that upsets my stomach or that or this. If you fast for long enough, you can really eat whatever you want.
True.
So I found it a very great way of recalibrating, and it also became somewhat of a spiritual experience. So I started last like April, May. I would do 16, 20 hours, then I did 24 hours, and I did 36, and then by summer I tried 2 or 3 day fasts.
That's the thing. You were you're like, I'm not eating for 3 days.
5. I actually
5.
That day,
5.
Yeah.
That's it. It was 5.
It was 5, but I ended up making it to 6 actually, completely unintentionally. Which was 6. I went too far. I think I should have stopped at 5.
So for everybody watching, I just want to, in case you're not understanding, because it's incomprehensible, you went 6 days on only water and, of course, I'm guessing nutrients and like salt and supplements and stuff, right? Am I right?
Yeah, just some salt and a little bit of apple cider vinegar.
And the science is there. What you're doing isn't unhealthy if you're taking the right things, because your body has the fat, it has the stores in it, and it really does cleanse it. So this isn't something you're doing that's dangerous or crazy. It's just really insane willpower-wise that you were doing that while getting on stage for 4 fucking shows. This is what was, like, if you were doing it and staying at home and kind of sleeping it off, I understand. But you looked amazing. That was the thing. I was like, Sammy, you look fucking great, man. You look amazing. Have you lost weight? And you're like, yeah, I've been fasting for 5 days. I'm like, the fuck, what?
By the end of the weekend, though, by the end of the 4th show, I was like, I must go home now. It was like,
okay,
for sure. Like that first set was great, and then it was like,
God,
my family, they don't like the fast. I mean, Lebanese are very resistant to fasting.
Yeah,
unless you're Muslim, obviously. Yeah. But like, we love to eat. It's like eat is like the solution to everything, right? Yeah. Is your stomach too fat? Eat. You may have a joke like this already. You probably already do.
I have a joke where after we finish eating, I love the Lebanese uncle who comes in after we've eaten. And the whole joke takes you through every phase of like, you have the appetizers and everybody's dead. And we can't eat anymore, but we fucking order the main course. And then we eat the main course and we're like dying, and then dessert comes, and then the uncle comes and says, let's have some ice cream so we can digest the food. Which is so true.
Does your family do like fruits after too, like sweet lemons?
Of course. It wouldn't be a Lebanese dinner if you go to a proper Lebanese restaurant, which I'm not sure if you've ever been to. I don't know if they have that out in America, but if you go,
they're not great, but I've been to a few. Yeah.
The proper ones in Lebanon will bring the food to you, but when it's time for dessert, they actually will set it up in advance on another table. So when dessert time comes, you get up and go straight to the table, so you waste no time. Like. With digestion or any of that kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You just go straight for the fucking thing.
That's so funny, dude.
Dude, it's insane.
So yeah, to me, the fasting is only an accomplishment because being Lebanese, it's an uphill battle. Getting yourself.
Dude, that's not the only reason it's an incredible accomplishment. Do you still do it? Like, how often do you do that?
Yeah, so I did another 5-day. I'm figuring out the rhythm of things. So for me, I've noticed that it seems like I'll do a 1 full day fast a month, and that really gets me good. I do it a reset, and I do it at the new moon. And this is based on some stuff I've read. It's also based on my intuition, but it's a lot easier to do it then because your body has a kind of a natural. Everybody is somehow attuned to the lunar cycle, and you can. Yes. I'm looking this up. But like it's kind of like it's a cleansing point. It's a good day to cleanse. So I fasted 2 days ago. It was the last day of that last lunar cycle, and it's so easy to fast when you do that. When you do it certain days in like the middle, it's much harder. But I've noticed that when you do it, or like even like a full moon, you have like cravings and you're like wild and you're hormonal. But at the new moon, it's like very peaceful. So I'll do a 1 day fast at the new moon, and then I'll do a couple intermittent fasts throughout, and then like every 3 months. Or every 6 months, I'll do one of the longer term ones, like a 3 to 5 day fast. And Unreal. Just to understand, like it's not an arbitrary number. Like and you're familiar with some of the fasting stuff, but like autophagy is like where your body like repairs itself. That happens from like 24 to 48 hours. But if you fast for 3 days, 72, you get an immune system reset, which is like your immune system rebuilds itself. And then 5 days, you get a surge of growth hormone.
HGH. So,
yeah. Yeah, so you could say I did the 5 day fast when I was working with you because I saw you on stage. I said I need to grow more.
Is that what it was? I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry I did that to you, man. It was revenge for your brilliant jokes, you bastard. Okay, now here's the thing. Everything you said is hilarious. One of the comments was really funny. Somebody said you can do it on the old moon too. He draws his power from the moon. So I'm reading the comments. Gandalf on YouTube says he draws his power from the moon. Mortania says Sammy is a low-key werewolf. People are loving you, okay?
Thank you.
Keanu Reeves on YouTube says people in Lebanon can't afford the new moon, so we're sticking with the old one. I got the best comment section. Okay, so you have a show on Netflix, and this is I love how you talked about things because this is so you. Your show on Netflix called 100 Humans, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And this show, first of all, is fucking amazing. So for anybody who has Netflix out there, go and watch 100 Humans. It's a show. It's not a stand-up comedy. It's a very funny show. It's very entertaining. But it's a very science-based show. How would you describe, if I wanted to describe this to someone, what's the elevator pitch?
Well, it's science meets reality, but you can just say you have 3 hosts / scientists, and they take 100 human beings who make themselves available to be lab rats for all sorts of social and scientific experiments.
And by scientific experiments, you do things, for instance, just to give an example, you have a theory that people who have better dance moves are more potent sexually. Like if you can dance better, then you're going to attract more mates.
Higher sperm counts.
Therefore, you should have a higher sperm count. So you do a test where you see who's the best dancer and who isn't, and then you get the sperm results of all of these people.
So I hand collected those sperm samples. I kid you not. I did it on the new moon.
Was that what you did? You waited till the new moon?
Yeah. I didn't collect the sperm myself, but I hosted the dance party. So we do a lot of stuff like that. A lot of experiments where it's like, I wonder, I've always wondered this. We ask those kinds of questions, like how people use toilet paper in the restroom. Very like invasive and private things that people wouldn't want, wouldn't think you would do an experiment on. And we did it, and they were a lot of fun.
Dude, they were great. Are you kidding me? So, how's it been since this thing came out? Like, how's the ride been?
It's it dropped March 13th. I don't know if you remember what was happening around then, but it's
so what really sucked is when you were making this announcement, I remember thinking to myself, it's a double-edged sword. Yes, everybody's going to be at home.
Yeah.
But B, nobody's going to be paying attention to anything but the coronavirus. Right now. I hope it didn't. Did it affect it, or what do you think?
I think it did help with the people who were at home and stuff, but it was people were largely distracted. But the other thing is, like, there's so much content, and there's so much content on Netflix.
Yeah, it's very oversaturated. Of course, it's hard to cut through.
So to say that people being glued to their TVs is going to increase the chances of them seeing a 1 in a million programs, I don't know if that even makes sense. The thing that is weird about it. The timing was extremely weird. So it's like, this was my first break, you could say. Yeah. And also the world broke. So it's like there's two.
So should we blame you? Is this why everything went to shit? Because you got your moment? And
it makes you wonder, because there's a lot of those people who have that mentality, like, oh man, every time I get a chance, I blow it, and self-fulfill this prophecy. And for me, it was like, when I finally make it, the world's gonna end. But yeah, the only thing they did suck about it, because I've enjoyed everything, from it. But the only thing they did suck about it is that my goal was, like, once it comes out, I'm gonna go out and I'm unrepresented. I don't have a manager. I don't have an agent.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Like, this gives me my time to finally send out my reels and like get some of that Hollywood buzz. But Hollywood isn't even turned on right now. So
that is bro. That is I can't. But it won't go anywhere. I know one thing I know about this industry that I've learned is that if you have credits, they last, at least in terms of like for that first time you approach people. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't, if you approach them with the credits and it doesn't work out, you can't reapproach them with the same credits. But since you saved them, hold on to them. You know what I'm saying? Hold on to them. And you can frame it as, during the coronavirus, I did this for the people kind of thing. Right. Like you did the thing.
It is a very nice thing to watch in these times because it's 100 human beings being able to be next to each other. It's a very rare form thing.
Like the good old days from 2 months ago. Just
Yeah. Exactly.
here's an interesting thing. You said you're self-represented, no management, no agent. I just let go of my management as well. I'm now just with an agent because I'm very lucky to have an amazing agent. But really, you don't. The world has changed so much, not just because of the coronavirus. Nobody really knows how to manage anybody in this current environment anymore. It's very weird. You kind of have to do it yourself to really do it right, and then position yourself. Do you feel better now being without representation, or do you wish like you could get somebody to? Because I just feel like they weren't doing shit. Like I always wanted somebody to do stuff for me, and you'd get them, but they don't do shit. They just take 10% of what you make.
That's a great point. And I don't want to insult anybody who is manager or agent watching, because you never know.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, I would say people like us who are, business savvy and good at math I would figure are pretty intimidating to the industry people, because when you're getting a good deal, when you're getting shafted. So me like parading that I'm a math major, I feel like has always been like a turnoff to the industry, because they're like, oh shit, I can't pull a fast one on this guy, Because yes, I mean most managers, and no disrespect, because I know a lot of managers who are nice people, but it's like you're basically saying, I want to take 10% of everything, but only getting you some things. To me, that doesn't make sense as a business proposition.
It doesn't make another thing that I don't want to shit on managers. Quite the contrary. I think what's crazy is that the world has changed so quickly with the internet and everything like that. Some of them don't know how to. They mean well. They work hard. They get you the opportunities that you need to get, but they don't necessarily work anymore in this world. Like if you were to you got on Conan at a perfect time. There was attention. But if you were to do a late night show today, it's a different environment completely. You know? So, and a lot of management is still stuck in that era where, okay, you get a few network appearances, do a show, you blow up overnight. We get you an article in the New York Times and you're good to go. But it doesn't, I've been in the New York Times. Nobody knows. I've been on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine in the Middle East. Nobody knows. I've been in so many different, I have amazing credits that impress nobody. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because nobody's seen them. So I just think it's a crazy thing, because for a manager to successfully manage you, it depends on you now creating the content and getting the following so that you can market the content to them, and then they will help you manage that. But you can no longer build it. It seems. I'm definitely open to being, have my mind changed, of course.
I 100% agree with your logic. I think about that a lot too. And at the point that you get that massive following on your own with your own content, then what do you really need from them?
That's the dilemma.
Can't you just hire a friend who can do your negotiations? Can't you just have a lawyer? Because it's good to have a lawyer.
I'd advocate. That's what I love about agents, because agents come in and they do, they will go and do the difficult work. Like they're going to pick up the phone, call all the clubs. If you're in America, 50 states, they're they're negotiating your deals. That's a lot of work. Yes, you could hire a friend to do that, but this is a person who knows who to call, who knows that. The value is immediately apparent there.
And they take commission on what they give you, essentially. It's
that's
here's
the
your
perfect
weekend,
thing.
Here's my money.
I made this deal. I take 10%. Fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Management, it's difficult for them to quantify, because unless they've given you a big career break that's catapulted you, and what's unfair to management is that management can come in and work with you, work for a long time, give you an opportunity, and you break the fuck out. And what a lot of people don't know is there's nothing stopping you, the artist, from just saying, all right, I'm out. I'm going to go sign with somebody else, or I don't want management anymore. You can just literally walk away from that shit.
There's no protection. There's no union for managers.
There's no union for managers. I love how this conversation started out kind of like we were shitting on them. And then at the end, it's like, I think managers need management. They need representation.
It's even more condescending where it ended up. Like, take care of yourselves.
I'm going to call my management up and just see if they're doing. My management that I walked away from, I literally walked away from. The previous management was a big problem. This management were amazing. It's just what we worked on for 2 years and pitched to all the networks. We finished the pitch by the 2nd of March. Mm-hmm. So that's all I'm going to say. We finished it. We felt great. We were happy. We're like, this is going to happen. We worked on this deal, and then basically the coronavirus happened, and it's all gone. Everything, 2 years of work. So I feel bad for them. They did a great job, so shout out to them. Sammy, what is next for you as somebody who, in terms of the craft, you own it. in terms of the potential, it's all out there, but you've done some unbelievable stuff. What excites you at this point? Like, what is the thing you're looking forward to? You're doing stand-up comedy shows online. You're helping out other comics make a buck here and there with it. You're doing amazing things, but I mean, in the long run, what's next?
Well, I feel like I'm finally starting to make a little bit of traction, even though it's like for years I was trying to find my voice. You know, we have to find our voice as comedians, and I think some people find theirs sooner or later. Mm-hmm. And I found mine maybe I started to find mine like 6 or 7 years ago, but now I feel like I know how to make it a little bit more palatable for people. And so I'm starting to like dive deeper into content that I feel actually speaks to people that also is myself. Okay. You know. Because obviously, you know, a lot of comedians, we start out by like kind of playing to what the crowd wants or speaking as some version of ourselves. It's like a version of ourselves that's not ourself, you know, and that's what an act is. That's what stand up is, you know, and especially like when you go up there and you write jokes, because I'm a joke writer. So for years, it's like I have to position myself to make this joke work. So I was a compilation of jokes, but now I've kind of unraveled those jokes, and now I'm the human being under those jokes is emerging. And my voice is starting to come out. So that's what excites me, because this is not something that I've only done a few like pieces of content that I feel like are speaking that, but I'm starting to catch that traction. Everything else, like as far as like what excites me about the future, I don't like. You got to tell me what's going to happen to the world first before I can tell you what I know is going to work.
I don't know, man. Our industry is so ransacked by this. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So on one hand, I am looking forward to going back to live stand-up at some point, because it's starting to happen. You know, if you have fans in Utah, if you have fans in Arkansas, you're going to be getting up on stage pretty soon.
Let me tell you, Republicans, right now, I'm on board. You know what I'm saying? You're ready. You're willing to risk your life to see me? No, but I still feel conflicted about doing so. It's funny you mentioned Utah. I'm not going to say where. Actually, I shouldn't say where. Yeah. I have opportunities to do shows in September and October here in several states in America that are not very pro shutdown.
Right.
That's a diplomatic way of putting it. Yeah. And my agent was like, do you want to do the shows? I was like, do I want money? Yes, because bills. But what if I do a show and somebody comes to my show and then they die? Like you can't that's a brand that sticks. You're a murderer. Right.
Yeah, you're a murderer. You murdered. You really murdered.
I mean, somebody died to see me tell jokes. Like, you know, like I do think what I do is very significant, but I'm not to die for.
Right. That's a lot of guilt. Though you could say at least it was a comedy show, not like a bad restaurant. You know,
that's true. They didn't die from food poisoning. They died because I killed them with my jokes.
Exactly. They died doing what they love, laughing. Well, it's not like they would die. It would be later. Anyway, this is too dark. But I don't want to lose your followers.
No, I love that me and you are having a conversation of like, okay, so if we do these shows, how do we deal with the people who die? What is the funny way that
where do we bury them? That's a totally it's a great concern, and you know, we just don't have the answers.
No.
And statistically, it's gonna happen to one headliner.
There is a comic out there.
Yeah.
That somebody's gonna die in their show once these shows start coming off. And it's whether or not we want to play Russian roulette and say, is it gonna be me or is it gonna be somebody else? I don't know. But it's like, I'm just hoping that in the next couple of months they come up and they go, hey, we don't have a vaccine, but there is a cure. Like if you take this pill, if you get the Rona, you take this, it's like NyQuil for Corona. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's gonna suck for 3 or 4 days, but pretty much you're gonna be fine as long as you don't have a pre-existing condition. If that happens, I can't wait to go back, because in that case, I'm like, all right, let's fucking do it.
Right. Exactly.
You know.
So to kind of go back and answer your question, because I was kind of vague, but like these online shows that I'm doing are very exciting to me.
Yeah.
But because of the uncertainty right now, because like I don't know, what if everything does end up being okay in a couple months and we all go back to doing stand up and then nobody wants to watch comedy online? It's not like I wasted my time. I love that I'm performing and that I'm writing and I feel like I'm still doing stand up, but like the future is so uncertain. But that is kind of exciting in a way.
Yeah.
Like I really don't know what's going to happen, but I know that whatever it is, I'm still doing stand up every day and I'm feeling great about it.
I mean, that's the beautiful thing about what you're doing. If people want to watch these shows, where do they go? How do they do it? Tell us, because this is really cool. And you do, if I'm not mistaken, it's like via Zoom and you can hear the crowd and everything, right? So
you can hear the crowd and everything. I set it up like it took a lot of trial and error, but we figured out the formula. And I recently posted a blog about it. I shared it with everybody because I want every producer to know how to make the Zoom shows pop, because it's better for all comedians right now. And basically, if you want to come to one of my shows, you go to kocomedy.com.
KOComedy.com.
Comedy.com. And you just RSVP. You put in your email. We send you all the show information, so you just log in. It's on Zoom because Zoom is the best option right now in the world for what we're doing. It may not be in a month. It may not be in a couple months. I'm hoping that some new platform comes out, to be honest, because I think that would something that caters more to what we're doing. But Zoom works. And like I've talked to people in India who are like, no, Zoom is the best. I'm like, well, if India says it's the best, it's the best.
If the world's tech support is on board,
exactly,
we're on board. Okay.
So Zoom is where it's at. And yeah, we've set it up so that you hear laughter, but it's not distracting. We basically tune out anybody who has distracting noises in the back. So you're performing for laughter, and like the delay is minimal. Like there's hardly even a delay unless your connection's really bad. But normally totally fine. So it's like you're talking to people, you see the boxes, you see them. If you put it on gallery view, it's like you're performing to a crowd right on your computer.
How many people are in these rooms watching? What's the crowd size?
So the biggest number we've hit so far is 188 people, which is not a lot.
No, dude, are you crazy? That's for an online show? That's amazing.
Pretty good for the Zoom standard. Yeah. So our average is about 80, 90.
Dude, that's a show. First of all, how many clubs have we been to try out material and to work out where there's like 8 people? Let's be honest. I mean, it's just us right now. When you go into a show and there's like 20 people in the show, you still put on a show. You still
Absolutely.
do. 80, 90 is a that's a crowd, dude.
Yeah, and sometimes like on Sundays there would be like 30 or 40 people. I'd be like, oh man, it's so light. I'd be like, but hey, my last club weekend had the same number of people on a Sunday, so I think it's good. I didn't have to leave.
I did a show in, and I'm gonna follow this up by asking you what was your smallest show that happened. I did a show in Atlanta. I flew to Atlanta, and their I-85 collapsed, their interstate highway.
Jeez.
A homeless guy lit a fire to warm himself up underneath the bridge, and they had some highly flammable piping, and it caught fire, and their entire fucking interstate highway, and for people watching who aren't in America, that's like the main artery for the city to connect it traffic-wise. Something like 350,000 cars passed every day or hour or something, like some insane statistic. I landed, and I'm in the Uber heading to the hotel, and I'm looking out the window. I'm like, this feels just like home, because I'm seeing smoke up in there. I felt like I was in Beirut. It looked like a war zone. I get to the club, and I performed for 3 people. And those 3 people, there was one lady who was a hijabi. She was Muslim, and she was wearing the hijab. So I thought for sure she was here to see my show, because the other 2 were just there because they couldn't leave. Like they got stuck there, so they just went in. And I thought she was the one that was here to see my show. Yeah. So I directed my attention to her, and she said, don't talk to me. And I said, I'm sorry, I thought you were here to see me. She's like, I don't even know who you are.
Oh man.
You ever had something that traumatic?
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, that's hilarious. But I was punched in the stomach one time at a show.
What?
This was during my 1,000 Days of Comedy. I couldn't find a set. My show got canceled in San Francisco. Okay. So I went to this Irish bar where I had once done an open mic, and they weren't doing the mic anymore. They just had karaoke on Sundays, and apparently the Irish take their karaoke very, very seriously.
Okay, I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't know either. So I asked them if I could do a comedy set, and the DJ was like, sure. So he stops the music.
No.
People start booing immediately as soon as the music stopped. But one guy's laughing. One guy. I have one fan. He's laughing. Everybody else is booing. They're saying, fuck you, get off the stage. Boo, boo. And this guy's like, haha, it's funny, right? So after 5 minutes, that's all I just had to make sure I did 5 minutes. The guy who was laughing comes up to give me a fist bump, right? And then so I give him the knuckles, but instead he grabs the mic and he throws it on the ground. And then I was like, what the hell? I thought you were my fan. And then he walks back to the bar. I pick up the mic, and then he comes back. He does the fist bump again, and I fall for it again. And this time he punches me in the stomach.
What the fuck?
Yeah. But he was my only fan, so it's like, what are you gonna do?
How confused were you that night? Jesus Christ.
I would have killed for the hijabi woman that night. I would have killed to have her there.
Oh my God! You took my hijabi woman and raised me an insane man. Sammy, before I let you go, we ask every guest on the show 3 rapid fire questions at the very end. So, without further ado, my first question to you is: what is your favorite song?
Favorite song of all time?
Yeah, I know it's a difficult one, but if you had to choose,
that's a very, very difficult. My favorite band is a band called Tool. They're legendary, Tool, and I don't know. I think a lot of Lebanese people like Tool because
Tool is huge in Lebanon. You're so Lebanese, it's ridiculous.
That's hilarious. I didn't know that, but that was my crackpot theory that I was like, the Lebanese have to like Tool.
Yeah.
Because Nick Youssef, Lebanese comedian, he loves Tool, like favorite band, and my favorite band too. We're Lebanese, so I was like, that can't be a coincidence. So, so Tool has a song called Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, that's a great song.
You know, know. Okay, yeah. I mean, the name's a pun, which already has me, and it's like this just crazy high story of getting abducted by aliens, but then waking up, and the guy, he forgot to write everything down. And it just reminds me of every time I get high and think of a great joke.
But you forget to write it down.
Yeah.
Okay, incredible. Second question. What's your favorite book?
Oh, God, that's tough. I would say the one that changed my life the most was The Power of Now. This is, everybody's the spirit. Power of Now is a very spiritual book for just being grounded in the present moment.
Is that written by, what's his name?
Eckhart Tolle.
By who?
Eckhart Tolle.
Okay. The Power of Now.
Yeah, and this is spiritual beginners. It's like super amateur for spirituals. But because I read it at a time where I was having like severe anxiety attacks when I was 17 and like just really, really uncertain about what I was going to do with my life, and reading that book really like completely radicalized. I shouldn't say radicalized, but it completely changed.
And then I joined ISIS, and then I
joined ISIS, and then the rest is history.
But this is the power of now. We must fight for the caliphate
now.
Now.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry to cut you off, but it was a comedic opportunity.
Oh, that was great. Fantastic.
Okay, so the power of now. And we got people in the comment section who love the book as well. And Stephanie El-Humsi, who doesn't know Tool. That's surprising, to be very honest. And my final question to you, obviously, very many years from now, when all is said and done, what would you like your legacy to be known as?
Whew. That's a rapid fire question.
Yeah.
Huh?
Rapid fire as in like, that's the question. No context. It just comes out of nowhere, but take your time with it.
Yeah. I mean, do I have to base it off of something that I'm doing now or something that I could eventually do?
Whatever you want. I mean, it's your life. How would you like it to be, what is the legacy you want to leave behind? Maybe not even after you pass, literally one day. When is the finish line for you? And what would that look like?
For me, it would be one of two things. It would either be an invention that saved the world. Like for instance, I made Zoom comedy shows work. I made Zoom comedy shows work by including the VIP laughers. Like, what if that ended up saving the world somehow? Like, we had to stay at home for another 10 years, and people were going to kill themselves if they didn't get some stand-up comedy. And they're like, his designated laughers saved the world. That would be. I would die very happy with that.
Okay.
And then the other thing would be like if I made a song, because I am a musician. I started as a musician. I started playing guitar when I was 11, and that was my first dream. Before stand up was like a lesser. It was like a lesser of evils. Yes, yalla, yes, yeah.
Dude, are you serious? Okay, we got to jam sometime. I didn't know this. I have seen you play guitar, but I didn't know you because you've done sketches with it. But okay, so that's incredible. All right.
Oh yeah, we got to play. Have you ever played an oud, by the way? Have you ever gotten one?
I have played an oud. I have an oud, but I can't play it well. It has its own technique. Have you? It's beautiful.
I ordered one from Syria many years ago, and it wasn't what I expected. I don't know if maybe it was a lower quality one, but whenever I played it, it just didn't sound right. It didn't sound like what's his name, Khalife. Who's like the famous oud? He's a Lebanese guy.
Marcel Khalifi?
Marcel, yes, Marcel, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It could be the oud. It could be the oudist.
Could be the skill.
It
The years of skill.
My uncle. This is the crazy thing. My uncle was on a show in Lebanon called Studio Fun in the '90s, which was like a big deal to get on. If you were like really, they would bring only the most talented people, and he made it to like the finals playing the oud. But he had no intention whatsoever to make it his career. He has a store that sells fishing goods. And he used it as a platform, and he put on the oud guitar, he put the sticker of his store, Balco Fishing Goods, so that he could sell more fish nets. That was my uncle's
amazing.
doing. Yeah, but he plays the oud incredibly. And I'll tell you what, next time I go to Lebanon, next time we can, I will bring back a oud for you from him. And I know is spot on for sure. And then we know that if it sounds like shit, it's definitely you.
And if you and if you bring me back a nude, that will be the oud that I save the world with. I promise.
That's it. Okay, yeah. I'll be part of your legacy. I'm down with that. That's fantastic. All right, man, dude. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. It was so cool to see you virtually.
So fun, brother. Thank you so much.
Man. You take care of yourself. Try not to fast too much, and we'll see you around.
All right, brother. I'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Sammy Obeid, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only. I hope you guys had a good time. He is such a good dude. Such a good guy. I absolutely love him. Let's take a look at the comment section really quick. See what you guys are up about. Before we start taking the phone calls, that's the number. Be sure that you guys add that number. I love this guy. Bye, Sammy. Bye, Sammy-O. He was great. He really is a great guy. He's a nice dude, funny dude. Check out his stuff. Stacy, everybody. I love that you guys loved it. Senna. Check out his stuff online. You won't regret it. He is so funny. And that Netflix show, 100 Humans, is so fucking entertaining. So if you got Netflix, that's a great show to watch. Go and check it out. Don't thank me, RP. Thank you, guys, for tuning in and making this a lot of fun. Great energy from this guy. He really is great. He has such a pure heart. You guys don't understand, man. I've said this before with other guests we've had on this show. This industry is full of scum. But Sammy's one of the good ones, man. And, you know, I try my best to bring only good people on this show. Eventually, we're going to run out of good people. And then I'll just do my best to make bad people look good. You know what I'm saying? Nimmer, you didn't ask him if he's getting ready for No Shave November. None of us are getting ready for No Shave November. They have to make a new name. You know what I'm saying? Like, Only Beard October or some shit like that, you know? Death by Beard December. It's the end of days. All right, my friends, you know what time it is right now on the Yes, He Is Pure Soul. I agree with you, Shadi Hassan. You know what time it is right now. We're going to head to Reddit. I'm doing that as we speak. We're going to ask Reddit to find our question of the day, to open up the phone lines for you guys to call in and join the conversation, okay? Let's take a look at this here. I'm taking a look at these questions here. Oh, wow. That's a good one. This is a fucking great one. What is the worst gift you have ever received? That is our question for the day. We are opening up the phone lines. Once again, if you've never called in on the show, make sure that you send me the number, your name and where you live. Not the number, sorry. The name and where you live, just so I can do that. Okay? Beardo Rona. You guys are really funny, man. I have to say, this comment section is fire. You guys cracked me and Sammy up. Give me a call. The phone lines are open. What is the worst gift you ever received? I want to know. I want to hear the story. The number's on the screen. +1 424 542 9902. And I'm trying to... We got Suhaib, returning caller from Libya. Oh, wait, Suhaib, I have to unmute you. Sorry, I had you muted on the mixer. Give me 1 second, Suhaib. Please forgive me. I must take you off mute. Please forgive me. Suhaib, how's it going?
My man, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you, man? Calling us from Libya, baby. All the way from Libya, man. 2 times in a row. Look at you, dude, owning the game from Libya.
Yeah. How you doing? What's up?
I'm doing very good, brother. I am doing very, very good, man. What is the worst gift you've ever received, Suhaib?
I didn't receive a bad gift because I didn't receive gifts at all.
That's so messed up. What's the worst gift you received? The gift of nothing. I have the gift of nobody loves me.
It's a great gift if you think about it. Not a bad one.
I mean, you don't have to. No pressure to return a gift if you get nothing. You know what I'm saying? So at least there's that.
That's it. Yeah, you can see the good in everything.
Oh my God.
I just wanted to say it was a great episode today, and I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, man. Thanks so much. Thank you, dude. Thank you, and thanks to Sammy for making it great, dude. Thanks so much for calling, Suhaib.
Yeah.
And hopefully one day you get a great gift. That's all I'm gonna say. You deserve a gift. You deserve it because you're such a gift to us. You're such a gift to us, Suhaib. Habibi.
Yeah, same wise.
Habibi, man. We'll see you around, brother. Thanks so much for calling.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care, my man.
Bye-bye. Say bye. Guys, give me a call. Let me know what was the worst gift you got. And I will end today by telling you what the worst gift I ever got was. I can remember this like this. We got Claude and James calling us from Los Angeles, California. Claude, how's it going?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing so well, brother. Where are you right now?
I'm in Victorville.
You're what?
Victorville, California.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, shouldn't you be asleep right now?
Yeah, you're right. I just woke up.
You just woke up. Okay, shit. Because for those of you who don't know, Claude works all night long. He's a man of the night. Like Sammy, he lives by the moon. So, Claude, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, man. What is the worst gift you've ever received?
Worst gift I ever received. Actually, on Christmas, I ask everybody not to give me any gifts. So you don't give me gifts, I don't give you gifts. So that's the deal.
So you told everyone you don't get me anything, so that I don't have to get you anything. Nobody gets anyone any gifts.
Correct, because this is not the point of Christmas anyway.
This isn't the point of Christmas. Exactly. That's exactly what a very cheap man would say. Anyway, so you said that. I'm just kidding. You said you told everyone don't get me any gifts, and let me guess, they got you gifts.
Yeah, all my gifts was cheap. Yeah, you know, I'm not I don't give cheap gifts, but I get cheap ones.
What? Give us an example of a cheap gift that you got.
Like one time, they got me a shirt that is like so cheap quality with like a rainbow, not the gauge rainbow, the other rainbow on it. I was like, okay, I'll take it, but I didn't say anything at the time. But I never.
Dude, do you want a tip to know how in the future you can stop getting shitty gifts? Sure. You wrap up the gift they give you and give it back to them. That's what you do. Remember me.
That would be rude.
I mean, if you want it to stop, I'm just saying, you know. And then if they say, I gave you this gift, you're like, I'm so sorry, I forgot. It was hard to remember, you know, it was so forgettable anyway. And then you give them another gift, and you're like, haha, that was just a joke, but then they get the message. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All right. I'm glad we had this conversation. Claude, you have a great day, man. Have some coffee.
Thank you, man. Have a good day.
Take care, brother. Love you. Bye-bye. Give me a call, everybody. +1 424 542 9902. We're getting a call from London, England, I believe, because the number is +44. Well, now we're not anymore because they just closed the phone in my face. But we were getting a number from London, England, but that's gone. That's no more. We're getting a call from New York City. New York. Hello, New York. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi. You sound very disappointed to be with us.
No, I'm not. I love you.
The way you said hello was just like, hello, what do you want? I'm like, I didn't call you. You called me.
How are you? I call you. I love you.
I love you too. So let me I want to make sure I'm pronouncing. Is your name Sikna?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to make sure is that the correct pronunciation?
That's correct pronunciation, yes.
And what does Sikna mean?
It's a very old name. They said, you know, some people they call it Sukaina, some people they say Sikna, prophetess granddaughter.
Okay. It means granddaughter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
No, it comes from the sukoon, from the quietness, but I'm not.
You live in New York. You can't be quiet.
Yeah, how's everything?
Everything is great. How about you? How are you doing over there?
We're doing it great, thanks God.
Thank God. Touch wood. I'm touching wood right now. I'm knocking on wood for you right here.
Thanks God.
Tell me, Signa, what is the worst gift you've ever received?
The worst gift I ever received, I was engaged from a fiance,
Okay.
ex.
Is he the worst gift, or did he get you something that was there?
He is the worst gift, and he get me the worst gift.
What was the worst gift he got you?
He was asking what kind of perfume I used.
Okay.
And I tell him, my perfume, I always get it from the Saks Fifth Avenue. It's very expensive brand.
Okay. From Saks Fifth
And he
Avenue.
was-
Yes.
Yeah, he was okay. What kind? I said, it's by Garnier. You give the jasmine flavor.
Okay.
Okay. And I thought he gonna get me something, good. And in the evening, he came in. He had, he wrapped the bottle, and came in. He got me the cheapest perfume. It's $1 from Conway. When Conway was there.
Oh my God. Was it a joke?
No, it wasn't a joke. I throw it on him. I was like, you think I'm that? I'm not going to get it. Go send it to your sister. Send it to the family. I'm not going to get it from you.
Look at Signa. Give this shit to your sister. Give it to your family, not your woman. That's what's up.
Exactly.
That's what's up. Signa doesn't take any shit from somebody. Somebody actually, Wafi Mahfouz said that your name means silence, and it's the Prophet's granddaughter.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. So now we know. So I take it I should be telling you Eid Mubarak, by the way.
I thank you. علينا وعليكم يا رب.
الله يخليك يا رب. الله يخلي لنا اياكي. نفرح منك ان شاء الله عقبال الشهاده الكبيره عقبال ما
اللي عقبال اولادك ابني معك بضل ابني علي.
علي؟
Yeah.
وينه علي؟
Ali, he's inside.
He's inside, like where? In prison?
Yeah,
what do you mean inside? Where's?
Watching.
Oh, he's watching?
He's watching, yeah.
Can we talk to him? Can we talk to Ali?
Hold on. That's his father, the one who get me that gift, but we're divorced one time. He doesn't know. Ali never want to talk to you.
Hello.
What's up, brother?
What's up? How are you?
Dude, everybody here is a massive fan of your mother. She's arguably one of the best callers on the show. Can you tell us in a few words?
She watches your show nonstop.
Dude, your mother is crushing it. We should have her as a guest on the show. In a few words, what's it like being her son? Like, what's it like having her as a mom?
Oh, it's amazing. It's like she's the most giving person I think I know. She always does everything she can.
Really?
To help us out all the time. She's probably my #1 supporter. One of the best mothers I think of all time.
Oh man, God bless, dude. That's absolutely beautiful, man. God damn. And have you been quarantined together?
Yeah, we've been stuck in quarantine together. Since we're in New York City, it's kind of tough to be outside.
Yeah. And how's it been being quarantined with her? Has she been critical of your sleeping and eating habits and stuff like that?
Oh, I've been good with my sleeping and eating habits because I had online classes for college.
Okay. All right. Good.
So I was all right.
So you've avoided her wrath.
I know you did.
Yes, I did. My little brother, on the other hand, definitely.
Well, dude, you know what? God bless, man. If you go and rewatch this episode, the comments are so funny. People are your mother's biggest fan. You take care of her for us, all right?
Of course. Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you.
Man, the pleasure was mine, man. You take care. Have a great one.
You too.
Bye-bye. Petition to have Signa as our VIP guest caller. I mean, that shit was hilarious. She was killing me. She's like, his father's the one that got me the perfume, and he doesn't know. Oh, that was too good. Calling us back from London, the number that we missed earlier. Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Who's this?
This is Betul from London.
Batul, how's it go? Hey, is this the Batul from the comment section?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, Batul, how's it going? Great to see. Great to have you here.
Great to have you. Always great to watch you.
Well, thank you very much, Batul. Are you in London? Are you in London, England, right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you have a great British accent. Can we try to talk like I also have a great British accent? You need to excuse. It's not good, but I'm gonna act. Absolutely. Okay. Batul, am I supposed to say Batul or Baul? Like, no, it's Batul, right? Like, how would I pronounce it with the?
I've been called so many things.
What's
I've been called bottle.
Somebody called you butthole? Jesus Christ.
No, bottle. Not...
Oh, I thought butthole. I thought somebody was like, butthole.
It's close.
Batul, what is the worst gift you've ever received?
The worst gift.
Yes.
I would say the worst gift I've ever received is socks, probably from my brother or something.
Who gives socks as a gift?
It was probably a joke.
Oh God.
As a joke. So.
From your brother?
Yeah.
Jesus.
My brother. Yeah.
Yahya. Oh my God.
Yes.
How do people?
I have 3 brothers.
How do people pronounce Yahya in England?
Oh. Yeah. They call him Yeah.
Yeah. He sounds like a song. Yeah. It's like he sounds like a. Okay, that's too funny. You have 3 brothers?
Yes, but my other brother is called Khudr. So can you imagine that one?
He should just change his name. If your name's Khudr, I mean, you're just punishing Westerners with a name like Khudr. There's like, they can't.
That's what they call him.
What do they call him?
He tells people to call him Ali. So like nothing close to Khudr, but
I used to have a joke here because so many people in America will change their names. Like you'll meet somebody and he'll be like, my name's Sammy, and then his name turns out to be like Sameh or something like that.
Yeah.
So I used to have a joke where I'm like,
at least, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
At least that's similar, but where did you get Ali from?
No, that's where my joke was. And I met this guy once. He's like, my name's Joseph. I'm like, is it really Joseph or is it something? He's like, no, what was it? Oh yeah, I go. He's like, no, it was Muhammad. And I was like, what the fuck? Like that's
Where did you get that from?
Because I met a guy like that. This one guy, he's like, if I say Muhammad, they will think I am terrorist. So I tell them Joseph, they all give me money. And this guy was like the most weird. This is Michigan. I don't know if you've ever been to Michigan, but the weirdest Arab Americans live in Michigan. And this guy came up to and he told me his name was like Joseph and his last name was very Muslim. So I was like, oh, so it's Yusuf? That's what I told him. I'm remembering it now. I'm like, so it's actually Yusuf? My father's name is Yusuf. And so I guessed that was it. Like, it's Joseph, Yusuf, but I tell everybody to call me Joseph. And he goes, no, actually, Muhammad. And I was like, what the fuck? Wait, why? I was like, he's like, hey, over here, 9/11, Kazahon, Ana Muhammad, it doesn't work. So I said Joseph and everything is good. I was like, wow, man, this is hilarious.
Well, my second name is Attar. If you remember, like, the 9/11 was Muhammad Atta.
Oh my God.
So I don't think I'll be allowed in America.
Oh my God.
I don't think I'll be allowed in America if I go.
No, my best friend, Rabia Haddad, one of the people on the plane was called Rabia Haddad. And I
didn't know that.
Yeah, he was traveling around that time. He got destroyed at the airport. Like they fucking they took him in for questioning. He's like, Jesus Christ, I'm a Lebanese kid from AUB. He was terrified. I totally get it.
And my husband's called Muhammad, so
yeah, basically we're never gonna see you in America is basically what you're telling me. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad we could connect on this podcast, and I will be coming to London. I was supposed to.
I can't wait.
I was supposed to be. Thank you. Thank you very much. I was supposed to be in London. I had another show scheduled this year at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre, but that's all gone to shit for now. So we'll wait and see.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't advise you to come now because our government destroyed us.
No, I'm good. The only show that I think is going to happen from all of my upcoming tour, the only show that I think is actually going to happen is going to be the one in Australia, because Australia has done such a good job. And according to the people I'm working with, they said that most likely what's going to happen is I can only do the show if I go to Australia and live there, quarantined and isolated for 2 weeks before I get on stage. So I was like, yeah, fuck, I'll do it. Why not? So I might actually go to Australia. What's that?
بعيد شوي علينا.
Nugzy. No, wait for me. I'm coming to London. I'm not saying I'm only going to Australia. I'm gonna come to London.
Yeah,
but
joking.
But but for the time being, I'm gonna go to one of your former colonies, Australia. Because I don't know if you're aware, but Australia used to be a colony for Britain. Did you know that?
I know, and the Queen still has
her branding. Still has her branding on the people. Indeed.
The UK has branding everywhere. Trust me, they've destroyed. I'll keep quiet.
No, I know.
So I don't get
you've ruffled enough feathers, Attar. This isn't the time.
Exactly.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
for
man.
having me on the show, and
thanks for
love
calling.
your show.
We love the show. Loves you. I love you. You make this show. So thank you for calling in. All right.
Thank you, and stay safe.
You too. You too. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye. Cheers. Toodaloo. Cheerio. Goodbye. Where in Sydney? Laura Kashan Atalla. Laura, it was almost sold out, by the way, in the in a theater, in a massive like 2,000 person theater, really dope one that everybody knows. I'll get you the name in a second. I can't remember. Tickets are on sale for what it's worth. If you want to go and get your tickets, you can. You just go to nimmercomedy.com. I'm going to be in Melbourne on September 20, in Sydney on September 26. In Melbourne, I'm going to be at the Comics Lounge, and in Sydney at the Enmore Theatre. The Enmore Theatre. Enmore Theatre. I want to go. Honestly, when my agent was like, you just need to live in Australia for 2 weeks before the show, I was like, I'm going to go and master the accent. Because all I can say is lawyer. So I say lawyer to get the accent in my thing, and then I go for it, and I hit it. It's hit and miss. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you go, in Australia, here in Australia, you can get a lawyer. Yeah. You want to fight, innit? Like, so I'm always trying to get the accent, and I start veering towards British. So I'm going to go and surround myself with everybody over there. That's my goal and my thing. You know what I'm saying? We got Sana calling us from Istanbul. Our final caller of the day. Sana, how's it going?
Hey, it's fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing it. Sana, you have the nicest profile picture on WhatsApp. Can I show it to everyone? Because it's really nice.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, and please explain where is this statue from? So let me just try to get it into the camera for it to zoom. Zoom here, camera. God damn it. Zoom on the phone. There we go. So are those two giant cat statues?
Yeah. I was visiting an amusement park in Ankara, actually.
Okay.
And I just feel the love, and I wanted to love somebody, so I did. That
is a beautiful, beautiful picture. Those statues are really nice. Sana, you are calling us from Istanbul. What is the worst gift you've ever received?
Okay, so basically, I love to give gifts, personal gifts, like depending on the taste of the person and stuff. So I expect from people to give me the same, but I don't get the same.
You don't get good gifts.
On my birthday. On my birthday, the last year, I'm known with my friends that I love the color baby pink. So
wait, you love what?
The color baby pink. The baby pink color.
The color baby pink. I heard the color vaping, and I was like, that's not okay. Yes. Okay, baby pink. Yes.
Yeah. So I got a box that's full of baby pink shit stuff, which was a Kesizbele roll of Kesizbele.
Somebody gave you as a gift trash bags in pink?
No, it doesn't end here. And I got a loafa, and I got
Wait, what's a loafa? The thing you scrub your body with, like in a shower?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is giving you these shitty gifts?
I can't say, but it was so not surprising. It was so disappointing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes, and I got a عصارة ليمونة. I don't know what's called in English.
You got a lemon squeezer.
Yeah, that was big thing too. Yeah, I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the
you need new friends. You need
Yeah, I
new
don't
friends. Jesus Christ. Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I hope you get better gifts. Let me just tell you that. You deserve the best gifts, goddammit, Sana. You're a very special person.
Thank you.
You're a very special person. All these
Thank
people
you.
out there getting you bad gifts because they hate you. You know, they hate you because they ain't you. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it is. That's all it is.
Too sad. That's too sad.
Indeed. We live in this realm together. Thank you so much for calling, Sana. You have a great day.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
You too. You
Bye-bye.
too.
All right, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you guys for calling in on the show. Batul, what do you mean you did all right? You did amazing. Here's something. Everybody who's calling the show, it's not like you did good, didn't do good. Nobody does bad by calling the show. The fact that you're calling in on the show is amazing. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love the fact that I can talk to you guys. Everybody who called, Sana, Suhaib, who else called today? Who else besides Batul? There was somebody else. What was the name? I can't remember off the top of my head. Everybody who called today, Sikna. I mean, thank you for calling. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. And I saw Rasha Abu Hassan asking earlier. Rasha, by the way, me and your husband talked today on WhatsApp. He added us on the WhatsApp group. People asking what this picture is. Let me. Trying to fit it in without the. There we go. So it's an old print of an old commercial for Middle East Airlines when it was called Air Liban, which is hilarious for anybody who speaks Arabic, that our airline was called Air Liban. And Beirut, Damas, Baghdad, Istanbul, Gulf Persique, Le Cairo, Jeddah, Aleppo, which is Aleppo, Syria, Jerusalem, Palestine al-Muhtalla. That's what this picture is. It was given to me as a gift by a very, very kind and dear friend who had me on his podcast. Let me see if I can find the podcast episode. It would be great to plug it, actually. Hold on. Let me see here. God, what was the name of his podcast? Let me try to find it for you guys. I want to try and find the podcast for you guys so that I can share it. But he was like the nicest dude, and he gave this to me as a gift, and he signed a paper with me for it. And I just put it here because it's a beautiful, beautiful picture. I love these things that they're just like from Lebanon back in the day when it used to be the country that we all know it should be now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like back then there was a romance to Lebanon at the time, and that's kind of gone right now. I'm going to find the podcast and I'm going to plug it in the next episode so you guys know. But yeah, that picture's from him. And now, for the worst gift I've ever received, I love telling this story. I used to date a girl back in the day. She used to be... it's funny. Vanessa is the best gift giver I've ever had in my life. And I'm not just saying that. She's gotten me incredible gifts. She got me a fucking VR headset for my birthday. I mean... got an Oculus Quest from my girlfriend. Come on. She's a smart girl because she's like, you know what? If my boy's into gaming, I'm going to encourage this behavior because that's where he's going to be. He's going to be in the gaming. Oh, there she is. Vanessa Khatar, the Beirut Banyan. Yeah, that's what it's called. Beirut. How the hell? You see, this is why I love Vanessa, because she remembers my shit. I don't remember. Let me see if I can find the episode just so I can throw the link here for you guys to enjoy it. Because it was honestly one of the best podcasts I had ever done. Like ever. The interview was amazing. And, oh, come on. What do I just write? Beirut Banyan Nimr? And that actually is exactly what it is. Comedy and commitment with Nimr Abu Nassar. Look at that. Right there. This whole revolution is the beginning of the end for the status quo of what Lebanon's been. Okay, wait. I'm spoiling it. So this is on YouTube. I'm going to throw the YouTube link out. But he's on SoundCloud and everything. It was an audio-only one. Oh, oh my goodness. Did you guys just hear that neck crack? Did you hear the neck crack, everybody? Because, oh my goodness. Sweet Lord. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Okay. Oh my God. Are you hearing all of this cracking that's going on right now? Because it's absolutely incredible. I'm trying to get the best link for you to watch this episode, but here you go. And I'm going to paste it for you all to enjoy. Boom. There you go. I felt it. Did the link show up on all the platforms? Not the last one sounded like a fart. No, trust me, it wasn't a fart. You'll know. If I fart, my friends, you'll know. We don't mess around here. You know what I'm saying? You'll know. You can follow the podcast on Instagram as well, the Beirut Banyan. I don't know what Beirut Banyan is supposed to mean now that I'm saying it out loud. You know what I'm saying? But he, the gentleman who had me on his podcast, gifted this to me, which I thought was absolutely beautiful. And I love it. I love the white around the frame. And it really glows nice. And that's what I love about it. So there's the link. If you guys want to watch the episode, we talked about a lot of stuff. It got pretty deep. Honestly, if I were to choose one episode of a podcast that I was on, that I told you watch, like, for a deep podcast, the funniest one was probably History Hyenas, and thank you guys for watching it. But I think the best one was this one. Really, he was so prepared. And I love him. He's such a good guy too. Ronnie Shattah. I don't know if I told you his name yet. Ronnie Shattah is the son of the former Lebanese minister Mohammed Shattah, who was assassinated in Lebanon. So he has incredible perspective. I've actually wanted to have him on the podcast because I want to talk to him about the unique experience of having your fucking father assassinated. I mean, but that's a heavy episode, and I need to work on that and prepare for that. But he had me on his podcast, and it was incredible. So the worst gift I ever got. So like I was saying, Vanessa, best gift giver history of mankind. Like I said, she gave me a fucking VR headset. It really doesn't get better than that. And she made little, she custom printed. This is how you know you have a girl that's a keeper. She custom printed small boxes to put my Nintendo Switch cartridges in with my logo on them and the name Nimmer. I mean, so long before, when I had horrible taste, I was dating other girls. There was this one girl that I dated, worst person at giving gifts ever, would give clothes. And I always said, don't get me. I think the worst gift you can give anyone in the world is clothes. No gift says, I don't give a shit about you more than clothes. That's my honest opinion. Nothing more disappointing. You're a kid, you rip open the package, it's a shirt. Who gives a shit? It's a gift, man. It's got to be something, not something you need, something you want. You know what I'm saying? So clothes are the worst. So I told this girl, I was like, yo, it's my birthday. Don't get me any gifts. But if you're going to get me a gift, don't get me clothes. I don't want gifts. The gift is you. I am dating you. This is the ultimate gift. Don't get me clothes. I swear to God, you always get me clothes. They never fit. I don't like the taste in clothes that you get. It makes me feel very self-conscious because I'm like, are you trying to tell me something? Don't get me clothes. My friends were over in front of my friends for my birthday. Don't get me clothes. I point at her. I'm like, don't get me clothes. She got angry with me. She's like, stop telling me not to get you clothes. I'm not going to get you clothes. I'm like, because you always get me clothes, even though I say don't get clothes. If you get clothes, I swear to God, I'm going to throw them away. I don't want clothes. I don't want anything. I just want your presence, and I'm very happy with that. Don't get me any clothes. I don't want no clothes. I said it so many times. Then my birthday comes. She got me clothes. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. That's the worst gift. Because I put them on and I was fat and they don't fit. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're making me feel like shit on my birthday. I don't think any gift is a bad gift if somebody's giving it to you. It's not the value of it. I don't give a shit. If somebody gives me a fucking a bag of chips, I'm down for that. I'm happy. Just don't get me something I don't want. And you're supposed to be the woman that in theory loved me, but that, that was when I knew. That was when I knew she wasn't the woman for me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, without further ado, it's time for us to end the show. You know what happens when we put the sunglasses on. It's time to jam out because that's how we do it here on the Very Funny Podcast. So we can have a good time. Guys, thank you I hope you guys had a good time today on the show. I sure did. Next week is a big week because next week we don't, it's 2 shows on Tuesday. And oh boy, I can't wait to tell you the names of the guests because they're pretty fire. It's going to be a great week next week. Also next week, gaming night. So check the WhatsApp because I'm going to be announcing it on WhatsApp. I'll also announce it on the Discord. I'm going to announce the new schedule. I'm going to announce the gaming night. this weekend with the Twitch mods, I'm going to be, with Mortanius, the Zucka, with, Carl ABJ, Cherokee Bill 888. All of us, we're going to be hanging out. Morbid Queef, best nickname in the world. We're going to be testing those games. And then we're going to test the games for game night. And then we're going to do a game night. There's going to be special prizes. Prizes that you could win. You know what I'm saying? And good times. So it's not to be missed. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And without further ado, it's time for the end of the show, which means I got to tell you all to... time for you all to take care and to always wear underwear, my friends. See you next week with new shows, new streams, good times. Join Twitch, join the Discord so you know. Take care and always wear underwear. It is the way. I have spoken. I love y'all.